Hey guys, it's Kirsten from the Academic Advising Office at OTC. I'm here today to do a little Q&A with a special guest. So today I have with me Susie from Central Methodist University. You want to say hi and introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, hey everyone, it's Susie Kidd with Central Methodist University. I'm the regional coordinator and academic advisor for our online programs, and would like to share some information with you today about who we are and what we can provide to you as students if you choose to move forward in your four-year plan. Central Methodist University is a four-year liberal arts university. The campus is located up at Fayette, Missouri, which is about 30 miles northwest of Columbia. But we have a huge online program, an extended campus program, to offer students a four-year completion program once they complete their associate's degree in a community college. So
very nice. I love that there's a wide variety of places to meet students where they're at. So if they're not able to come to the campus, I think it's really great that they have that online option to finish out their bachelor's degree and still get the same education from Central Methodist that they would if they were there actually on the campus. So I think that's really cool. So at OTC, a lot of our students come in and plan to transfer onto a four-year university. So a lot of times in our office, we get questions like, well, when should I start thinking about that? Or it's too early for me to even worry about that, right? And so actually that's not always the case for our students. So when do you recommend students to start thinking about that transfer process and kind of starting to get the information they need to be prepared to then make that transfer when the time comes?
Right, so some students kind of already know, like when they come in, they know that's what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
They should begin thinking about their next steps as early as possible, but no later than their last year. You know, the sooner that they can get connected with their four-year university, the sooner that the academic advisor at OTC can partner with the academic advisor at Central Methodist University, just to make sure they get in the appropriate classes and make sure they're not wasting any credits.
Yeah.
My heart just beats so fast when I'm doing transcripts and they've hit every class on target. I'm like, oh yes. I sometimes do a little cheer. So I mean, this has really saved students a lot of time and money. So
it does. It really does. And that's why it's beneficial. Like a lot of students try to just do it alone and kind of try to figure it out themselves. But that's why it's so beneficial to contact the institution you're thinking about transferring to, or, you know, just getting in touch with advisors so you can become informed. That way, like you said, you're not wasting the time or the money. You're really kind of killing two birds with one stone and saving yourself maybe some heartache down the line. So
that's absolutely right. And we actually do free transcript evaluations for students.
Oh, wow.
That if they kind of think they want to get into a particular area and they're not really sure, one, what it's going to take, and two, what classes they should take while they're at the community college level, we'll do a no obligation free transcript evaluation for them to kind of give them an idea of what they have in front of them.
That's awesome. I love that. I would have loved that as a student for sure.
Oh, me too. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So.
Oh, me neither. So on the topic of classes, that is, you know, kind of the main thing that we do at colleges is help students with classes. Do you think it's better for a student to come in, like sometimes we'll hear students say, oh, I'm just here to do my gen eds and then I'm transferring. Do you think it's better for those students to just come in and take those gen ed classes and then move on? Or is it going to benefit them more to complete like a full associate's before transferring on?
So it really is best for them to go ahead and complete their associate's degree with Ozarks Technical Community College. Because for one thing, the associate's degree is accepted by a lot of employers and it's viewed as a college degree, but it also helps them transfer into universities and institutions like Central Methodist University. We'll waive some of the classes that are required if they have an associate's in arts degree, because it allows for the best transferability of the core 42 general education classes if they have their degree completed. Plus, it's the lowest cost option for students, again, because it could save them from taking extra classes.
That's true.
I mean,
That's a really good point.
Right. So an example for Central Methodist University is we have a Religion 122 class. If they have an associate in arts, SB and AA, then we waive that class for them.
Oh, wow.
So
that is really nice.
They don't have to pay.
Yeah, I like that. That's very nice. So when looking at the transfer process, how early can students apply to like CMU? Should like a semester, a year? Like how does that whole process, what does that look like?
So generally speaking, typically the applications are valid for a year.
Okay.
So when they start to approach their last year in the community college setting, that's, they can apply then, and that way they can be set up to have a very seamless transfer. And if their application is there for longer than a year, they'll probably have to reapply. So I'd say within a year of graduating would be best.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And so I know like every school's different as far as their admissions criteria and what that kind of stuff looks like. So does CMU have any like requirements that students need to meet as far as like GPA or anything like a certain amount of hours or anything like that they need as a part of the application process?
Right, so transfer applicants have to have like at least a 2.0 average or higher in their previous coursework to be eligible to return to the to come here. Those that don't meet the criteria or don't have a 2.0, because we all know life happens.
Yeah.
I know it happened to me. They have to present a letter of appeal for the academic standards and have some recommendations. And I mean, there's a few steps that they can go through if they kind of hit a rough patch in their academic career but they still want to move forward with their 4-year degree.
Okay.
So application to Central Methodist is free.
Oh, nice.
So it doesn't cost anything to apply either. So.
That is really good. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. Saves people a little bit of money. And it's nice that there's some flexibility as far as, if maybe a student had a rough semester that kind of messed up their GPA, it's nice that there are options and there's still hope for those students. So I think that is, I think, a good encouragement for maybe some students. So that's awesome. What else in regards to applying and transferring, one of the big topics that is a concern for a lot of students is the money side of things. So scholarships and things such as that. Are there scholarship opportunities for an OTC transfer student looking to go to CMU?
We do have actually a couple of scholarship opportunities. One of them is for the online programs that are WellStat Achievement Scholarship, and that is if they are transferring in through our online or extended campus program. And it's $1,000 scholarship available to them for students that enroll that way. We also have a Gold Side Transfer Scholarship. It's $16,000 renewable every year if they go to campus.
Okay.
If they go to campus. I mean, $16,000 every year. It's up to 4 years, obviously. They can't drag out their college forever. But, so, I mean, they offer that to students. And, if they do go to campus, we are a digital university, so they get an iPad.
Oh, wow.
Everything is done digital, but again, we have a great online program too.
Very nice. Very nice. I love it.
And if they are interested in either of those scholarships, they need to contact me.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And we will make sure we'll get your contact information at the end so people know how to get a hold of you and kind of start talks about that whole process. So that'll be really exciting. if a student is, kind of curious about learning more about CMU and maybe they want to check it out and just kind of see maybe what the campus is like, or, just find out more details about it, are there any on-campus events that they can attend, or, transfer fairs, anything kind of like that where they can be exposed to campus and kind of get a feeling for what it would be like to be a student there?
Absolutely. If they're interested in doing something like that, they can contact me,
Okay.
and I can connect them with a person on campus. Actually, my son took a tour when I started working for Central Methodist,
Oh, nice.
and they will take them, bring them in free, of course, to give them a tour and show them all that they offer on campus. But as far as that goes, connecting with the university, like I will be on the OTC campus hopefully this fall.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly. Hopefully get an opportunity to connect with a lot of students there, and let them know that we're there. And the community picnics hosted by OTC, CMU will be there if they want to come and visit with us a little bit. I always like to talk to students, whether they want to come to CMU or not. I like to talk to students and encourage them to continue with their education and to hang in there, because it can get challenging. But so if they want to get a look at campus, they can contact me and we can set them up.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so kind of one of the benefits and one of the great things about OTC specifically is all of the resources that we have available to students. So, we have tutoring and a writing center. We have career services, different things like that, just to assist students and support them with being successful and finishing their degrees and things like that. I'm assuming CMU has, very similar resources such as that, but can you talk to us and share a little bit about what those resources look like and different things like that?
Absolutely. I mean, this is really one of the big reasons why I love Central Methodist University, is that it is, in comparison to some other universities, a smaller campus and a smaller entity, but we do have a career development center that's available to all students, whether they're on campus or online. And besides helping students find employment after graduation, they help them with interview skills and resume writing and, all of the things that help students get jobs. And Central Methodist University is affiliated with Handshake. I don't know if you've heard of Handshake.
I haven't.
It's a national job bank that has a web-based recruiting program. And so once students get into that, then they actually have access to a lot more opportunities to find employers in that very new technological way.
That is cool. I really like that. I've never heard of that, but that sounds like a really, really good resource for students.
Yes, it's a great resource for students. Absolutely.
That's cool. I love that. So if a student did transfer to CMU and they are looking to get involved or have different kinds of opportunities like study abroad or sports or, different things like that, are they able to have access to those type of things being a transfer student?
Absolutely. So Central Methodist has all of the sports, just like any other university. Yeah. And they also have esports. And a huge music program. They have the band, and then they have the classical music. I mean, they have everything that the students that a larger university would have. Now, they're not playing against U of A or anything like that, but I mean, they have a competitive program up there in Fayette, and they do have a study abroad office that's located on campus. And so if they're interested in studying abroad or doing some studying, they can contact that office and get some more information on that. Obviously, nobody's traveling right now, but
hopefully in the future.
So, yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Hopefully. Yeah. I think I love the fact that transfer students aren't limited to what they have access to or are able to do, when they get to the college. And I think that's really good, because I think sometimes students worry, like once they transfer, they haven't started there since freshman year. So maybe they're not going to feel as involved or connected to campus. But it sounds like you guys do a really good job at making sure that they have something to be connected to and just different resources to help them through that process. So I love hearing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, connection is important, to completion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I 100% agree. Now,
Yes.
you did mention earlier alternate ways that a student can complete their degree. So at OTC, we have a wide variety of our student population. Some of them do classes all online, some do all seated, some do a mixture. And you mentioned students having access to that at CMU, doing seated or online option. Can you talk a little bit more about like what those differences look like, and kind of just a little bit more about that?
So, obviously, if they go to campus, they're all going to be all in seated classes, with on-ground classes with their professors. We do have some extended campuses.
Okay.
In Clinton, we have at State Fair Community College. They have some classes that CMU offers there, and I think up at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Other colleges where it's not on campus, but they can still go to class there. So that's kind of in between. And obviously the online classes that we offer are available to students. Some of them are 8 weeks long, some of them are 16 weeks long. So, it's very flexible in terms of if they want to go full-time or part-time.
Okay.
If they want to take a break, it's okay to take an 8-week break,
Oh, wow.
But,
That's neat.
Yeah, again, we have 5 start dates a year, August, October, January, March, and June. So for the 8-week classes, so they can start at, maybe they're not ready to start in August, but they can start in October. So, it's very flexible that way.
That's nice. And so are all the bachelor's degree programs able to be completed, like completely online? Is that an option, or are some of them, do they require a seated portion?
So I'm gonna hold on. Sorry, just a second.
That's okay. No worries.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick, just
Okay.
really quick.
No, that's totally fine. I love it.
Oh, I can't share my screen. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It says host disabled. So we have all of if students go to our website and look, we have a ton of them that they can completely do online and never go to a seated class. And I think that was the question you were asking.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yep, it was. So just accessing your website will give them some more information on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
They can look online and there's 15, 20 of them at least.
Oh, wow. Okay. So really a pretty good variety of different things.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Very cool. So really the last question I have for you is just, what are the benefits of students getting connected to, a transfer advisor such as yourself? Why is that beneficial for them?
So it helps them, first of all, connect to the university.
Mm-hmm.
And also to have somebody there that's local, semi-local, that can answer questions that they have and help them resolve any issues that they have quickly enough to where they don't get behind. And just having somebody to talk to, as an advisor, my goal is to help every student that I work with achieve their goals. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you're doing online classes, you feel very disconnected from the actual university. Mm-hmm. So an advisor kind of helps with that connection and helps them get into the right classes. again, so they don't take classes that they don't need, and just to kind of be the go-between for issues on campus. So.
Very nice. I love it. So if a student's wanting to get into contact with you, I know you mentioned hopefully being on campus a lot in the fall, which will be fantastic. But if a student wanted to reach out to you, prior to that, just to get more information about CMU and kind of about the whole transfer process, where are they able to get into contact with you at?
Okay, so they can email me.
Okay.
At skidd@centralmethodist.edu.
Okay.
Or they can call me at 417-455-5542. And I will be happy to answer any of their questions, do a free, no obligation transcript evaluation.
Right.
Meet with them on campus, if they want to have a face-to-face in the fall. I'll Zoom with them right now, but in the fall when I come to campus, I can meet with them, sit down and talk to them, just whatever they need to do, is I'm all game.
Good. Awesome. That is good. Very helpful information. Well, thank you for taking some time in your day to talk with me and share all these really good little nuggets of wisdom. I know you had come and talked to our advising team a couple of months ago, and I was just I didn't know a lot about CMU, to be honest. And so you really provided a lot of, interesting things that I had no idea about. And so I was like, man, that's really cool. I really like that. And so I just think that's cool. So hopefully students reach out to you to learn a little bit more and hopefully transfer to CMU, because you guys are a great institution. So,
well, thank you for having me today, Kirsten. And CMU is a hidden gem in the Ozarks, as we like to say. They're a great school, amazing people. Really care about the students, and very much like Ozarks. I was very impressed with OTC when I came, and somebody asked me, what was your impression of OTC? It was actually a friend of mine's parent, a friend of mine who has a kid they're trying to talk to go in OTC. I'm like, well, I left there with the feeling that the staff at OTC really care about the students.
Yeah.
And when you care about the students, everything else is good, right?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. That's kind of the foundation for everything, I think. So.
Right. And I think that's one thing that Central Methodist and OTC very much have in common.
I love it. I love it. Yay. Well, that's exciting. Well, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun, and we will definitely be in touch soon. So.
Awesome. We'll see you hopefully in the fall.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you.